Good afternoon, everyone, and I would like to welcome you all for our today's session, which is Art Explore 12th edition. And it's a great time during this whole session of Art Explore. We have been meeting and seeing so many different art practitioners. And I would like to give a brief about Shield Art, which is the host. So, Shield Art is a non-profit initiative. We started 5 to 6 years back. So, it is founded by me with the help of other artist friends, which we are a team and we keep on working together voluntarily. So, till now, everybody is just helping and supporting, working voluntarily towards this whole program. And we have done many exhibitions also in the past, studio visits of senior artists where we try to take young artists. uh, there are many talks, workshops that have been done, and mostly we work towards keeping a discourse, a dialogue alive for visual art or other art forms, and supporting and bringing in young artists, especially working with the form of alternative art practice. And in this program of Art Explore, also we have got artists from different places throughout this whole duration. And today we have Sonali Laha, who is an artist based in Hyderabad. She completed her BFA in painting from Art and Design, Burdua University, West Bengal, and did her MFA in painting from Essence School of Fine Arts, Hyderabad. And she has been awarded with Junior Fellowship by the Ministry of Culture in 2019, and also she got Odisha Lalit Kala Academy All India Emerging Artist Award in 2012. And she had exhibited her works widely all over the country. Uh, and recently also during this pandemic, she had an online she was a part of an online exhibition at Anantar. And she will be in conversation with the curator Ruchi Sharma. Ruchi is a dear friend and we work together in Lalit Kala Academy. She is a researcher and a curator with over 8 years of experience in research, design, curation, and public art programming. She has worked with prestigious art galleries and institutions like Lalit Kala Academy and Rashtrapati Bhavan, Delhi College of Delhi Art Gallery, to name a few. And recently also she was working with Kalakriti Art Gallery, and currently she is working with Sculpture Park Jaipur. And she had curated many exhibitions since 2017 to 19 with Kalakriti of many international and national artists. And she was also owner awarded with the honor by the governor of Telangana state, Srimati Dr. Tamil Sai Sundaranjan, for curating and executing a fundraising art exhibition held by Telangana government officials at State Art Gallery, Hyderabad in 2019. So, Ruchi and Sonali, big welcome, and to all our viewers who have joined today. And thanks everyone, and keep your mics mute and cameras off. And during the end of the session, if there is any query, you can bring in or you can type your queries. We will keep looking at the chat box. Ruchi can also keep a tap of the chat box. So thank you. And as I have mentioned, the call will get disconnected after 40 minutes. We will intimate you and you can join back with the same ID. So thank you. Over to you, Ruchi. You can take in the conversation for today's presentation by Sonali.
Thank you. Yeah, shall we start?
Yes. Is Ruchi got disconnected or?
No, I was like, the audio went off. Can you hear me now? Hello?
Yeah. Yeah, we can hear you now.
So, thank you, Pranamita, first of all, for the introduction. I would like to congratulate Shield Art for this initiative. And in this particular time period where, you know, everybody is locked down and not able to access art so prominently as we used to meet in the art meetings and attending lectures and talks. So this is a very good initiative for everybody to, you know, get together and start this wonderful art interaction. And talking about Sonali, she is one of my old friends, and we have been associated. Uh, I think she was been associated a long time back. She was one of our residency artists in Hyderabad. And at that point of time, we got to interact with each other regarding her work, and I found very, you know, very interesting things in her piece of work, in her body of work. And so the journey has so far been very interesting. Starting the lecture, thank you everybody for joining us, and please maintain the decorum of you know, putting your mics on mute and the cameras. We can have the chat session as Pranamita has mentioned earlier. So Sonali, welcome to Shield Art Interaction with me and Pranamita, being the moderator over here. Sonali, I would like you to start your presentation and allow the viewers to look at your you know, recent series of work which you are currently working on, and tell us something about you know, what are you initiating and how are you taking it further.
Thank you, Ruchi, and thank you, Pranamita. Also, thank you, Sealed Art, for giving us such a nice opportunity. And like this is a time when we all are kind of locked down, not able to go to art galleries and all. So it's really beautiful opportunity to show our work and practice. So it's keep us some kind of active, and it's nice for us. Okay, so I'm going to take you through my recent work first. So this is one of my very recent work. Uh, so it's called Impression 1. It's a tempera on canvas. So I have done some 6 work on this same series in this last some month in this pandemic and all. So, and here I'll just go for the next work also. Like I have done this type of same work when we are in lockdown condition, not able to go out, and I was away from my all family members, friends. Like last 6 months, I am not able to meet anyone. So in that time, I find out just let's take this time to, you know, look at inside you and find out yourself more. So in that kind of context, I started this work. So every day I used to look at the sky. Like we all are in lockdown condition. Still, this everything is moving, but we are stuck somewhere. So why this condition? What this time is trying to say? I was trying to understand that, and in that context, I started this work. And I use those full moon and which has happened this year, and same time in Hyderabad we have very beautiful sky almost every day evening, and there is a rainbow and all things. So I'm just trying to find out happiness and keeping my mind kind of positive through my work practice. And this is another work. It's Home on Red Land. This is a tempera on Washley. And here, this was one of my experience where we went, and I tried to keep some kind of memories. It's like my day-to-day, you can say my work is like day-to-day diary, and just keeping it kind of note through my art. So this is a tempera work. It's very small work. It's 9 into 9 inches. This is also one of my another recent work. It's called Light and Dark. It's a tempera on Washley paper. It's a large work. In this work, in my bathroom, like every day, some 3 birds used to come. And they are coming last since 3 years. So every day there is some particular time they will come and they will go. there is some changes in these last 3 years, but there is no changes of my these three thread. They comes, and even in that space, if anybody else go, they will move around, so they will get scared. But if I go, they don't make any kind of sound or noise, as if like they know me. So I just use that kind of feelings, like let's do one work with my friends. So this is that this work done on that idea. And the same time, I believe on like something is going on, or we are going through some kind of moment. So it's like a map on our mind. So it's like so I try to make my work as a kind of mapping of as an artist. I'm just seeing my condition of my mind through these things. So in this work onwards, I focus much more on that framing, and same time I'm very much influenced from this miniature and Indian traditional art and all, and manuscript. So I took reference from their colors and that framing, but I use it in my context. So I feel framing also has some kind of language. It says something. So I just use it according to my work and ideas. And this is one work I have done.
This is
work.
a very special work for me. If you remember Sonali, this was at a time when we were, introduced at residency, and it happens to be at Kalakriti residency. And
Yeah.
I got mesmerized when you explained this work to me and told me about the thought process behind it. Please continue. Just wanted to share the.
Yeah, I hope you know, like I share with this. Actually, this work, it was like very special for me too. In that residency, we got 1 month. So that 1 month, I'm like just move away from all other thing, and I'm just with my work. So whole time, like I'll wake up with my work and I'll go to bed with my work. It was like that. So that's a good opportunity for me to focus on myself, like how my thought process work and what I'm really trying, and just re-looking on my ideas and my self thoughts and all. So in that, I took lots of photos sometime, and whatever I likes and inspire me, and then I just keep them as a note. So one day I took a photo. That's a very memorable place in university for me, and it was that pixelated. So then I always use that idea of dots. I believe, in our life, the small incident, it's like a dots, and like if you join all the dots, so it's become, like you, what you are today. So it's made you, it's you made with those dots. So in that way the concept came, and I was working on the sky. If you see the sky, it's filled with the dots. So that making the dots, it takes almost like most of the time in that residency. And the framing also concept came from this work. Like I'm talking about one certain time on my moment, as I said that my work is like a journey of a person as kind of diary. So this is very crucial work for me. And also there is a line, the scarlet line. So if you notice, I use that two concept, that indoor and outdoor. I often in my work, this concept comes, the indoor and outdoor merge somewhere, and still there is a foundation. So in this time, I thought I'll put a kind of scarlet line. So I use to make a difference between two aspects. But later, anyways, I realized in my recent work that's not possible. Yeah. So this is a work which I have done with one residency. It's also part of the CCRT in Goa. So it's called Incomplete Sringar. So as we all know, as an Indian woman, and we our society structure and all, like we women should get married after a particular age, or we should do this. So our society has some kind of particular, rules, or that kind of so-called we are following all the time. So why everybody has to follow that? Why we cannot make a proper path which is not harming anyone, but it's so like which you like? So why we don't have freedom to go through it? So it's a kind of question. And like everything as a beauty, everything there is a foundation. And media tell us like you have to make up such way, and this is culture and this. So it's kind of breaking rules. And also you can see that architecture also has that kind of thing. There is a not proper architecture. It's like a breaking somewhere. And also in this residency, there is there is no option to do tempera for me. And they asked me I have to use either watercolor, acrylic, or oil. So I said, okay, then I will just combine them. So in that way, I use acrylic. It was a very nice experiment for me. And I got that foggy and the mist, that water. It was really helping me for my language.
So Sonali, what I am viewing in this, and till the time you have shown whatever series of work of yours, is like there is a lot of self-identity depiction, is very prominent. Isn't it you representing yourself in all of your artworks?
Yeah, actually, since like I started my art journey, like from BFA onwards, only first year it's like you have to do everything, but second year onwards, like we have to focus on composition. So when we started that, in starting I tried many kind of things, but then I'll just roam around and I'll come to the same point. I'll start working on myself. Then I asked myself why this self is coming again and again. And also in Essence School, there is some teachers, so they will ask, why should I like get interested on yourself? Then I asked this question. Then I realized that I know myself better than anyone. If I have to draw you, I have to know you completely and very inner feelings. And we are very hardly allow anyone to enter to your the deeper feelings. So this is a kind, art is a kind of freedom. Why
Inner space what we have, the inner space what we have, and it's more expressive when you put your thing, your experiences on the paper or a canvas or material, whatever you are using. So tell me over here, I'm curious to know where did you put up all this research work coming from? Where is this ideology of representing yourself coming into picture, and when was it started actually? Like, was it like, as you have already mentioned, it was since ever, but was it from the initial stage, or there was a particular time where you started working on a particular series and you decided this is the best way to represent the piece?
Starting off that art practice, I used to go to Santiniketan to one of my teacher. So before my BFA, and from that time onwards, I was introduced with Bengal school master's works and different type of tempera. And Kolkata Museum also has a very huge collection of these miniature company painting and all. So from there, my interest had started. And also in my BFA, we have a tempera, wasli, and different type of medium they taught us. So and those things later on when I joined Central Essence School, I started using them very consciously, and sometimes very unconsciously it came. And I feel that when certain kind of the works need some particular materials and process, so in that way, and also it should go through your, as a person, it should match your personality. So I feel how I thought and how I think, so my medium and these kind of influence. And also I used to also go through various kind of talks and different artist works and all. I read about them, like that those are working on same area. So they help me a lot to do these kind of things. So here, I also do make washly. So starting off, I using canvas and paper. Sometimes I feel that is not going with certain kind of language. I feel I need some kind of texture or something. I really don't like very much plain surface. So it don't go on through my art language. So I started making wasli, and also this influence came from the miniature, traditional miniature, Indian miniature. So there you can see that tempera process, but I am using according to my idea. I just modify it because it takes a long time to make wasli and then start working on it. So this is a work. I hope Ruchi, you saw this before. We talk about it.
Yes. Yes, we
Yeah,
have.
yeah, it's a red mountain. It's a tempera on wasli paper. It's a 5 feet by 2 by 5 feet work. So then this work, I travel a lot, and whenever we go to certain kind of place, when we are in room, we feel, oh, we are doing this, and we thought we forget about our placement in the world where we are. But when we see in front of nature, actually we are also like another, the part of the another insect or the tree. We are also part of that. We are very small pieces in this world. So then we feel our presence in the world is very small, but from there, how when you came to this world, we should keep a mark on it. So how through your day-to-day life. So in that way this idea came. And also sometimes when I display this work in Chennai show, so there is a person who said for me it looks like a volcano. So it was very interesting for me. So which is for me, it's like a mountain, which is like a desire, big desire in front of you, which is you are not able to cross. Same time, for another person or as a viewer, it's that it's a volcano. So how that idea differed, that's also I leave it on viewer. And I use various type of medium in my work and different process. I'm also very much interested in manuscript, also that Bengal School of Art and all those things. So from there in Hyderabad, the Salarjung Museum, and also Kolkata, there is a lot of this manuscript collection. And from my childhood onwards, my grandmom, fathers and mothers, they used to read all those Hindus manuscript every day. It was like a ritual. After dinner, 7 o'clock, we'll have to sit around him and we have to listen to him. So this was that idea was there with me, and now I'm using it. Yeah. So that backside, those black texture, it's a text. So when something stuck on your brain and you are stuck on some kind of condition. I'm sorry, yeah, Ruchi?
Sorry, before you move ahead, can you share, we have discussed your multidisciplinary medium you have used, like you work with Wesley, you've done with acrylic. What I'm
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, Ruchi.
Yeah, sorry, my so I was saying you are working with multidisciplinary mediums and you're working with Wesley and tempera, acrylic. Do you think which Of course, the important thing what you're working is the crucial step is the drawing and the sketching in every artwork. What about showing the viewers how you prepare your, what is the technique you are using and how are you preparing your materials to go ahead with this?
Actually, I feel like the medium has to come, very organically. Like I use various type of medium. Sometimes, it comes through drawing, and it's comes through tempera process or installation and all. So I just leave it on the concept of work, and whatever is demand I just follow that. And I feel it's very important to be very flexible with your art and your practice, so there should not be any kind of foundation. So then it's a freedom, so I like to enjoy that freedom of the idea. So I just leave it on the idea and just I use those material, because I feel each material has their some kind of particular character. So it's something is like a very soft, something is like a very transparent, and something the simple one dot can make a huge difference. So in that way I just
It's
use
so true.
them.
Do you have anything where you can show the viewers how you prepare these, Wasli paper and other stuff, the tempera technique?
I'm sorry, yeah. Hello?
Can you show our viewers regarding your technique? Hello?
Yeah, Ruchi, can you hear me?
Am I audible? Yeah.
I think it's
Hello?
yeah. Yeah. One second, there is some problem. I'm not able to escape the page. It's not going further.
Sorry for the...
Yeah, I'm just something. It's hanged. One second.
Sonali, are you not able to hear Ruchi?
Yeah, no, actually, it's it's not working. It suddenly got hanged. One second.
All right.
Yeah, just excuse me for a second.
Slide?
Okay.
Sorry. Yeah.
You mean to say the slide got hanged?
Yeah. Yeah, it was hanged.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah. So this is a work. It's called Distance Between Two Land. So in this time, I was working on that. Before I said.
Sonali, Ruchi was asking you something regarding your technique and all, and then
Oh
you
yeah.
were not able.
Yeah, that I did not. Okay. So actually, I
Yeah.
like to use various type of medium and various kind of things like according to your language. So I feel we have to kind of free ourselves to use materials, because materials also has some particular kind of language. Sometimes it's become a very hard or it's a soft, so it's going with your idea. So here if you see I'm using the gold leaf, also that in the middle that black texture, it's a text. So and then it's a Nepali paper, and the left side is like a tempera. So I'm just trying to combining also like how we can combine different medium with the tempera. So before in miniature, we only follow the tempera process in one painting. So how we can collaborate that. So that also another practice I am trying to do it. And here I use the text because I feel, in our like mind, sometimes some sudden kind of word got stuck and we are not able to move out from that idea. So in that way, that word came, and when I'm repeating that, or like a chanting way I'm writing that, it's going from our mind. So I use that technique to follow, kind of heal ourselves. So in that way, the material and different techniques is really help me. And here I follow that. As you see here, I'm inspiring from the manuscript and all. And
I remember discussing about this prior also, that you have been inclined towards, manuscripts and calligraphy. So share with us regarding something when it came across in your, practice. Was there any influential people, or you got, influenced with some particular piece of art where you thought that this kind of work can be indulged into your current practice?
Yeah, actually, in my childhood, as I said, my grandmoms and grandfathers and all. So there is a practice every day, evening. Like we all have to sit around, and it was a village, and with a small light. So he will read those Gita and the Veda and everything. So and we have to listen, and he will explain us. So the introduced with manuscript is started from there. And then when we grown up, when I came to this field, I was much more interested on that. Then I was looking at those Muslim calligraphy and those different manuscript and all things. And so those influence came to my work very gradually. And I'm just always trying to connect my body, mind, and thought. So I sometimes, the Japanese calligraphy and all, how they are controlling their mind to that brush stroke. So that kind of ideas also help me to use different this type of calligraphy in my work. So
Right. So I believe we will be seeing these sort of collaboration of your current series and calligraphy work in the coming future, in your upcoming work projects or something. Are you working on such series?
Yeah. Right now I'm working on a series. So recently my grandfather passed away. So there is I have a very deep connection with him. He was like my father. So I grown up with them. So he used to read those manuscript and all those kind of. So those memory I started one work. So behind backside it's filled with this text. So it's a sudden memory which is going through my mind all the time. So it's helped me to understand and recollect all those memory when I remember him. So for me, art is a practice to recall your all the situation what happened before and what is good from there, and what it's like a healing process for me. And as you so that is my recent project. Now I'm doing some series of work on that idea, and this is one of my work. I also write poems, so sometimes some kind of ideas I like to write it. So this is on about one poem, so it's called Neverland. So before it's a kind of poem where it's saying there is a land that every condition, like a land, all human being, all animals, trees, everybody was so happy and beautiful land. And suddenly with one disaster, one day everything gone, all wishes dead and everything. And it's left behind a dead land. That river which is flows one day, now that is also like a dry. So this is the work I have done in one gallery in Hyderabad. So now I would like to show some video about my process of making this wasli and colors. So I'll just share my, yeah, Ruchi, I'm sharing the video.
Yeah.
It's in my studio. I'm working here. This is my one of my recent work. I just started before this sad incident happened, and I went home. So I make my color. So this is one natural glue. So which I mixed with a pigment color, and I made my own color with that. So it's like before in traditionally in miniature they made that color. So I follow that process for my colors. So here I am making a wasli paper. So these are Nepali paper. So it's like you have to make the paper, it's a very thick and you have to leave it for some days to dry. And then I use tea wash on it. And then I started working on layer after layer. So it's like a tempera process. You have to apply color layer after layers, and then you have to polish with one stone. And again, you have to apply the color. And here, as you see, I used my hair. This is one work which I have done on the residency only. So here, as you see, I was talking about that I like to experiment with various mediums. So in this work, first of all, I was trying to combine how I can combine the charcoal and tempera together. So at same time, I also do like to experiment with some kind of things, like if you get smell and you feel good, and some kind of air, and also this is small feelings, how you will hold in your work, and how that will be part of your work. So in that way, that concept, that dots came to my work, and different texture. So here, if you see those dots and texture, it came from there. So in this time, I was working on those kind of things. So still now, I am researching on those kind of things. So how I can hold that memory of feeling something. So how to hold your feelings. So this is a work. Actually, I'm doing one portrait series. I started from 2017, and now still it's going on. So this project is like, there was a time when people like to showcase in our social media, our, all the time you can see a happy face on some kind of happy expression. So there is a question in my mind: why we are always showing, hiding ourselves? So why we are not showing the truth? So why we have a fear to show our truth? So in that idea, I started this portrait series. So it's a kind of ongoing project. Still, I'm doing. This is the second work of the series, and this is also the same time I got an accident and I was in bed. It was very badly injured, and so I took a moment. So it's all like a memory for me. When I was doing this portrait, I was like recollecting those conditions. So it's helped me where I was wrong and what like how I need to walk next, or for my next step. So these portrait series came for those. You can see some of the work has that title also, uh, and some some of the work has date also. Yeah, Ruchi.
So here we see is that you have managed to achieve this sense of looking personal and sensibility, which is reflected and again repetitively in your series of work. You are expressing whatever you are facing. You are looking and in your surroundings and adapting it and putting it in your.
Ruchi, your voice is breaking.
I'm just stating that, so did you manage to achieve this balance of looking personal and sensitivity in the reflection again and again, which is reflected in your book series?
Yeah, actually, my as I explained, my work is like a kind of like a diary, like as a person, as a soul, when I got this body to experience this society and these all things. So for that I have to live. I am going through several things every day. So that gives certain kind of experience, and then I'm using those things and I'm saying my idea or the judgment, you can sort of say that, about my feelings for that particular moment. So my work is talking about those kind of things.
Yeah.
So this is also on the same series work. This is a temper on canvas. This is like a, you know, that sometimes some reflection come to your face, and but for it's a differ for person to person how that shadow you will take it. So in that kind of idea also there. And then after this series I have done this work. So in this work, in our time, sometimes we'll be very kind of arrogant for our feelings, and sometimes we'll be like calm down and we'll rethink about it, and we'll think like, you know, why to question others. So question these same things to yourself. So you will be calm down and you will look at inside. You will try to correct. So that's why you can see that the lady is kind of blending with the surface, and she's crying, and and that is also kind of blending with the rain. So, and also if you see the idea of frame here, as you see the down, there is no frame. So I'm influenced from miniature very much, but I take that reference according to my understanding. So I feel the frame has a different role in our work. So I don't like to put myself on certain kind of idea or frame. I just believe on the freedom or freeness. So this is the some works I'm going to show you. These are like a transition of my work practice. So this is a small work. It's a 6 into 8 inches. It's the tempera on canvas. And from this time onwards, I started working with the pigment color. The tempera process, I started slowly through this work. And this is also another of the same series work. And as you see, there is an influence from miniature, the clouds and some kind of rain. So those things often coming to my work. So this is a work I have done in one exhibition, for one exhibition. It's a curated show. It's called Clipboard. So they told us that how we can use a clipboard according to your own perspective, because clipboard used for different things, sometimes for the hospital, sometimes for the exam board, or sometimes for you keeping some kind of paper to memorize. So I use it like a memory, and I also try to combine with a different medium. As you see, the board is also like wood, and same time the Nepali paper also made with the wood, and also I use that transparent banyan leaf. So that when there is a lot of layers, you are kind of confused, and you blend and tied up with that layers, and like you should go through the beauty of it, or you should make that find out your real you. So in that kind of practice was there in my this work. So this is
So referring to your technical aspects of your medium, as you have mentioned that there are a lot of layers in your piece of work. When you're preparing the base also, the vasli also, there are layers, and these even the acrylic or the medium work, very constantly with the layers having it, which is very crucial in your work. So throw some light on that, like how you proceed it, how do you project it?
Like I'm very much interested in the changes actually that occurs over the period of time in our life, and how we grow with those changes. So these changes create many layers in our life. So the searching these kind of layers, it's helped me to look at that question about my medium. So I feel I was not so satisfied with this watercolor or any other thing. Then slowly I started working with the tempera, which is satisfied me more, because it's I'm working on the Wasli, and then Wasli is such a thick layer. So when you are applying color, first layer is like a kind of washed. When you apply the color, it's like a washed away. Like it's like a very light. And then you have to give too many layers. You have to polish that paper, again layering. So after that, you will get the bright outcome. So if you see the process, it's like, our life. So if you go through the certain kind of situation, and then only you will be like a strong you. So that process I use, and that way the layer came to my work. And so this is a work I have done in Kerala, that with Kochi Mujaris Binale. I have done one residency. It's a watercolor residency, 2015. So in that residency, I have done this work. So in the previous work, the same idea of the tied up with the situation and the condition. So in the particular time in your age, as a woman or as all human being, sort of, we can say, that we'll go through the changes in our life. So what is really true, and I should follow these regular things, or you have your own choice to make. So that kind of idea was there in this time. I used to work on that idea, and the beautification also there all the times, and the same times you can see the peas and all. So certain kind of question. So this work, it's a watercolor. It's called Bitterness. There is a poem on the left side corner. It's a Bengali poem written by Rabindranath Tagore. So in childhood we have a Sahaj Path book. So there is one small poem. So it's called Hat Boseche Sukrubare Bokshiganje Podda Kare. So I'll explain it in English. So it's like there is a Friday market nearby Padda river. So it is like that, come and join. It's that kind of idea. So there is a beautiful flower. There is a kind of heart of, that market of the flowers. So the bees are coming, attracting those flowers, and they are coming towards it. And at the same time, I was too much focused on this kind of getting real skin effect and the very much realistic way of working. This idea, it's changed when I started working with the tempera. It's make me more free of those things. And this is a work, this is also I have done in 2015. It's a large scale work. It's called The Paradise. So I was, first of all, I was influenced from my garden, the small balcony garden. And, there I have lot of these Nilkantha flower. It's like, it's hold something, and it's make it's hold and grow. And it's a beautiful, it is a really beautiful flower. And there is these birds, they are always friend. You can see it's here also, like they often every day comes to my balcony and my bathroom and all. So I use them also here as a part of the family. And the wishes, the same thing, the ladies look holding the mirror, but she's not exactly looking at the mirror, she's looking somewhere else. So her attention of that it's as if like we are using makeup for someone else, not for you. You feel good. It's not like that. You are doing for someone else.
Very
So
nice.
those
It has a sort of understanding of feminine experiences deeply engaged
Yeah.
in the series of work and the other which we have seen prior on. Very
Yeah. Thank you. And this is the work I have done with that with Lalit Kala. I attend one camp with the national exhibition. So in that time I have done this work in Lucknow. So this is also same things, like once I got a problem, like I got a tumor on my throat. So the doctor said it has to remove, and if we remove, maybe you cannot speak. So there, and then that dilemma, and same time I got this residency. So then it's like, you know, you are holding something in your throat. It's like a Nilkanda, the Shiva concept came, and you're the all good and bad thing gone there. It's that kind of idea came, and I have done this work on that time. And I took some reference from Western art and all, masters and all. And same time also, if you can notice in my work, there is always sky and, you know, kind of moon or stars come.
Of moon, yes, yes, the
Yeah.
depiction of moon and inside outside, and ornamentation is one thing which is, you know, make the objective aspect and the, you know, personal aspect collaboratively very beautifully, you know, presented in the pieces.
Yeah.
Please
So this is a 2012 work. It's this time, like you were saying, I was very much interested on the creating layers with various kind of medium. So if I wear some dress, you know, we have some kind of attachment to that. So you don't like to throw. So how to hold that memory? I'm very much interested, you know, to hold your some beautiful memory. I don't like to leave those beautiful memories. So I just use those.
I remember you stating that this particular motive has a very, you know, personal attachment with your, was it like belonging from your father or somebody, like in your
Yeah, it was my father's shirt. So, and you know, I am very much attached with my father. So, and also that you can see those flowers. It's one of my favorite dress. So, then I just cut those flower once I'm not wearing. Then it was become a small. So I was using those flower for my painting. And same time, sometimes some letter comes to the register letter to our home for the business purpose and all. And there is a certain kind of stamp. You can see I use those sealed over here. And also trying to combine with the watercolor. And same time I was playing with white surface. So next some work you can see I was playing with that, because for me white surface is like, you know, evil for me. I get so much scared if I get white surface. This is the time I was trying to manage with that white surface. So this is a work. I really love this work. When we came Hyderabad, there is a Nawab, all things, old city, and you know there are a lot of those laces they used to sell and all. We used to go to this old city several times. So this kind of idea of using these laces and these things are very much there in my work. And same time I used to do drawings on some kind of transparent paper. So one of my teacher asked me that why can't you make this transparency in your work. How you are thinking that transparency and same time you are using solid, so how the both are kind of merging together. So in that way I find out, like a illusion, like a hiding or the scaredness to come out of the parda or the curtain, the shadow. So that this was that kind of idea, just face your fear, that kind of things.
Yes, yes.
And same way you can see that down there is no border, so I don't like to put myself in border. So I keep it open some all the time. And this is also like in our
in your work, you are projecting your personal experiences, or also, you know, projecting certain incidences, or what we can say, like any, you know, close people, or any, you know, whatever you are seeing around, you are projecting those only. Like, though we know it's a self-identity thing, but you are projecting on a larger scale, or you are just projecting your own thought process.
No, actually, sometimes, some kind of things, you cannot move away from those things. Suppose in this, when I was doing this work, that incident in Delhi, the gang rape happened, and I was in the final year of masters. So that's react me very much, that we are not secure in our this society. We are all the time, we have to fear. It's like the same things came, and that how to face that fear, how to come out boldly, how you can overcome those conditions, how to stop them. So these sudden that is some connection with my this work also. So some kind of message that we are not so weak, we can also face that, we can overcome the condition, we are not made for only for that we are not someone's personal property, we are also have some kind of certain space in our society, on the world.
Right.
So it's
Right.
like, more than gender and all, I like to say I am also a equally same human being, or as a lively person who came in this world to live. So I like that space.
Yeah.
So this is also in the same series work, and you can see that I have always tendency to use some kind of text with sometimes cloth or sometimes with the drawing. And I always like to experiment, as you see that with the different medium. Here I use the cloth on the paper, and then the border and thing. I saw a movie. It's in our university time, we have every Saturday we have certain kind of the screening. So there is a movie. It's called The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. So it's after seeing that movie, the boldness of the lady and all, so it was kind of, it's influenced me, and I use that idea here, and I also made give a title, The Lady with the Tattoo. And here if you see that I always like to hold the emotion, and if you get some smell, you feel good about it or something this. So how to hold, so that for that I do some kind of practice. So first that slide, it's like when you get the kind of, you got some news and you got a goosebump type of thing, so how you will do that. So it's a feeling of the skin, that kind of feeling. So I used to do this type of some practice. And I also do some kind of installation. So this was the installation what I have done in that Hyderabad one gallery. So it was the installation. So the first slide, you have to enter through that. And once you enter around the wall, on the third slide, you can see there is some text on the scroll, which is like going on in your mind. So I just wrote those text around that area, that two wall. And another two wall, there is a two circle. It's like illusion. And middle one side is written the Great Lord, and another side is written the Lord. And the mat is made with my own hair. So I also it's like when you are entering to some space and your mind is so chaotic, and there is a mat that is also made with someone else here, which we really don't like to touch or something like that. So but you have to be calm down, and you have to meditate over that, you have to calm down your mind. So how in that all irritation, how you can be calm. So it was a public project, so public can come inside and you can they can interact to this installation. So this installation, actually this is also another installation I have done in 2017 in Hyderabad. Every year there is a literature fest. So I have done in the literature fest, it's called Another Solomon Promise. So we all know that Solomon, the King Solomon, he was known for his promise and his proper judgment. So here there is a it's this object which is used for the pasting the masala or something, the spark things. So but when you use certain kind of things which is not made for that, it's not used for those things, so how that thing will react to that medium. So with this iron things, I was trying to paste blood, so it's scattered everywhere. And this was on the open space where public can walk, and these are made with a resin. So resin has the transparent resin, and I mix some color with that. So it dries within 24 hours, but it was there for 4 days. But it's always look like it's just some blood flow away everywhere, and like people used to walk on that, they used to touch it, they feel, is it dry or it's a wet, what is that? So they are so much curious about it. So it was interesting, that you are giving some questions. So it was about, sudden kind of things. You said it's a promise which is made for breaking, not for keeping. So, so there is a Solomon who is to keep their promise, and here is a promise which is made for the breaking. So it's like, the question to those things. And this is also on the same series war. This is called Flowing Trust. And I have very much I like the layers and skin, and the skin and blood, they are kind of, it's real things, like which is give us feelings and all things. So how when you are trying to, it's enough to hide, just say the openly, then you are reacting to something very directly. So this drawing was like that, and I use my own here for the text. And this is again the resin. And this is one work I have done in 12. So this is the first series of work for from this skin series. So where I was using this kind of silk and paper together. And from there I came to this work now after so long, 2019. This I have done this work I have done one group, so it was a curated show. So there is a title is When a Tree Was Trying to Grow Under the Moonlight. So a title itself is like illusion. So then it was on the wound series. As I say, that those kind of things is inspired me a lot. So it's a 3 stage of wound. And there is a tree, it's trying to grow. It's almost dead, but still, that's struggling for life and trying. This still has some kind of hope under that illusion. So this work on that, and it's my own here. I use here.
Was it any symbolic reason to place your hair like? If I'm not wrong, these are your circular forms are your hair, and is it again a depiction of moon or sun?
Yeah, it's a depiction of moon, because we see moon is a bright, but its moon doesn't have actually original light, right? And same time this hair, it's my hair which I'm keeping from since 2010. So, and I used them last year only. So it's carrying this long some years history to this. So those memory and those things, and it's going with my work process. So I use them here as a moon.
Even hairs are known as the ornamentation of a lady. Like it's one of the important shingars that it's been called. Like longer hair, like beautification is more. So is it relating it to? Is there any context related?
Not really here. For me, I use here as a part of, this is like I keep this here, last some years. So it's a kind of holding memory of those years, everyday life. It was with me. So that organic process I just use here for this work. And we also have the practice in my old time, my mom and all this, to keep hair, right? Collecting hair.
Yeah.
So suppose this time my mom give her bunch of hair. She said, you are using hair, so use my hair also. So it's like a memory you are, keeping through your this thing. You are making it kind of history.
So Nandi, before we go further, the very last question, we are also up on time also. So the very last question, what I would like to ask you, you are an art educator, you are teaching, as you mentioned, you are a practicing artist. So tell me one thing, how this current situation, the pandemic, has affected you, or what are your upcoming projects, how you are involved and enrolled into these things?
Yeah, actually, in this time, it's really hard for everyone for surviving and all, when the same things here also. But I'm taking some kind of art education, and same time I'm doing some research with CCRT. And balance time I give it for my work. So I feel I'm getting more time to work these days. So there is a problem to survive, but still it's fine. So this is another installation. I'll not take much time. I'm almost done. So this is an installation It's called room number 236. I have done this work in 2012, in my final display of my masters. So this is a door you have to enter, and there's a curtain. There is a question like what you want to see. So you are entering to the room with that question, and that down there is a mat. It's filled with the nails. So here, once you enter to the room, there is a bed and some text around the wall. And also you can see the influence of those different cloth and those beautiful decorated cloth, like which will like we are getting from the Hyderabad, and all those kind of things also I use here. So,
And
and
it's been titled as room number 203.
no,
Why
236.
so? Like, is there any particular?
Yeah, actually 236, it's my room number in my hostel. So first time come out from the home,
Okay.
and leaving there and struggling with, I belong from a small city, and then I never went out. I was always with my parents, and suddenly came here and struggling on my
Left
own.
your coziness.
Yeah,
You left
so it's
your
a very
coziness
small
and
room. You are always
got
stuck
it
in
done.
the room. Yeah, you have to survive and fight with all things. So it's like that. So that thing is over here. Yeah. So almost I'm done with things. So I'm just.
So, Sonali, thank you.
Thank you. It was very interesting, Sonali.
If there is from the audience, if someone would like to ask or say anything, can type in or come out, open their windows and say, or otherwise, Ruchi can conclude with a few words.
So, are there any questions? I was just going through the chat section.
No, no one has typed. So I think we can just finish it because the time is almost over. And
Yeah. So, thank you, Sonali. Yeah. Thank you, Sonali, for such wonderful series of work which you have shown, which we, got to know about your different mediums and techniques and different disciplinary way of, projecting your work. It was lovely seeing you on this, and thank you, Pranamita and Shilda, for, this initiative. Thank you, everybody, for joining us.
Thank
And
you, Ruchi,
you
and
can
thank you.
always,
And it was a wonderful presentation. And I know Sonali, I have seen your practice earlier also, but this is the first time we got to meet and see each other personally,
Yeah.
maybe through this virtual medium, and also got an opportunity to understand your thought behind your practice and by your own directly from you. And Ruchi is always there. She have involved with you and many other artists during her curatorial program. So thank you all the viewers for joining us today, and we will be back with another artist and the curator next week, and we will inform you all through our social media platform. So keep following us on our Facebook and Instagram. We will keep posting. And those who could not attend today's talk for some reason can view it. We will share the recorded video soon with the artist and the curator, as well as we will share in Facebook as a YouTube video. And our past videos are also available if someone would like to see them. So thank you, Sonali. Thank you, Ruchi. And thank you everyone for joining.
Thank you,
thank you.
Pranamita. Thank you, Ruchi, and thanks everyone for joining us. It was really wonderful opportunity and nice talking with Ruchi and Pranamita. Thank you so much.
Yeah, see you. Bye bye.
Yeah, I hope we'll work soon. Thank you.
Yeah.
See you. Bye.